Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host and your resident tribal chief.
Acknowledge me.
Hope everybody's having a great Friday wherever you guys are at. Before we go any further, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Oh, wait, that doesn't work no more. Whatever. Crush them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. We are live. We are moments away from the start of our pre-presser. Actually, as the Shield turns just started up. So the second Antonio Pierce takes to the podium, you guys will catch it in its entirety. Appreciate everybody that's pulling on up. Let me do a quick roll call, but let me make one quick adjustment real quickly if this actually pops up. I got to make this, I got to do some little changes here and there, but we'll be good for Sunday. Let's do a quick roll call though. Let me get this chat up and going. What do we got? Raider Clan. Martin, what's good? My neighbor from across the pond. Lee, Demented Raider, Human Monster, Anthony, Andrade, Mondo, Al, Rich, Demokes, AOC. Here we go. Always. He never stops. Exit that. Give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, we're waiting for the newest installment of As the Shield Turns. Taino, J Sal, Redbone. I see a whole bunch of you guys coming in. Beanbagger was good. I like that name. That's probably at the list of the dopest YouTube names that we have in here. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. I don't know why I just had that issue with well, I did some fixing around to some things earlier today, and I can't even get ESPN up at the moment, which I'm going to have to figure that out, and we can dive into this matchup preview. But let me get this other part up so we don't have any issues with it, if I can find it. And I'm sorry for the dead air. Here we go. There we go. You guys are, well, no, you're not watching As the Shield Turns. I'm watching As the Shield Turns from the other screen right now. Like, I know you guys hate doing that and waiting in anticipation, so I thought I'd come on and do a live for you guys for a little bit. Obviously, for those that are under a rock, welcome, but the reports have come out. The last live we did, like moments after we finished that really, really good live the other day, Devante pretty much has expressed that he prefers to be traded. A lot of teams are in the mix. We know that the Jets are pretty much at the top of that list right now. The Steelers have been mentioned. Graf just did a short not too long ago, and salute to him, that the Ravens might be a destination, which to me is kind of weird because, look, the addition of Derrick Henry, they have really used a run game a hell of a lot more. You see the tight ends like Mark Andrews, who was one of the elites. His numbers have been terrible this season. Granted, he's coming off of injury, likely isn't really doing that well these last few weeks either, but that there's a new team to consider. Somebody sent me a message earlier. Is it true that the Raiders are going to trade Tay to Pittsburgh for Russell Wilson? No, that has not. I have not seen any reports about that, but people are putting it all over social media right now, trying to continue this mass hysteria that is our Las Vegas Raiders. I've said it on other lives. I haven't been on my own since we did the live the other day. The thought of the Jets, I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, it has to make sense. A lot of these trades seem to be involving a second round pick, which I'm good with. When it comes to the Jets, apparently Garrett Wilson is starting to grow frustrated because of these reports about Devante Adams being traded to the Jets. Second round and Garrett Wilson? Maybe. Second round and running back Breece Hall? Maybe. We do know that we need help with the run game right now. I think a 1-2 combo in Breece Hall and Alexander Madison would not be a bad idea. Now, Brees Hall was a guy that I looked at coming out of Iowa State that I felt was going to be a very solid running back in the league. His rookie season had a ACL injury within the first few games of the season in his rookie campaign, but year two he did a really solid job. This is another guy that is a solid do it all running back. He would be a guy that I wouldn't mind, and he is under a rookie contract still, so that's something to think about. Let me continue to look through here. Serial Eater, what's up? Junior, yeah, I just mentioned that. Yeah, I keep hearing the Chiefs as well. And there was also some speculation over the last few days with Miami and their issues right now. And no, I'm not talking about Tatum Miami, but there's reports out there, and I think they've already been shot down fairly quickly. That is, was Tyreek Hill reuniting with Patrick Mahomes and going back to KC. But I don't think that's going to happen either. And I don't think that Miami would get back exactly what it was that they traded for Tyreek Hill in that trade a couple of years back. It's a lot of wild speculation right now. We are 3 weeks away from the trade deadline. You heard Antonio Pierce the other day say that he is is rehabbing this hamstring injury, that he is not going to be playing. He won't be available this coming Sunday. Realistically, if they are really trying to preserve him for a trade, then you're not going to see him. That last game that we saw in Baltimore is probably the last game you're going to see him in a Raiders uniform, and they're just going to preserve him, get him back to full health. So one of these suitors can end up taking Devante Adams in a trade, but we shall see. Again, it's very early. It's October 3rd, so we have about 3 weeks before the trade deadline, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's see if I'm missing anybody in here right now. Second round and Wilson would be such a finesse, but I don't see it, unfortunately. Garrett's a dog. Well, the thing is, you also have to take in consideration how the Jets front office are not the brightest crayons in the box either. You took a verbal commitment from Hassan Reddick, who still has not stepped on the field for the Jets. He has lost $9 million in these first 4 weeks of the season. Hassan Reddick is not a guy, and I'm going to put this out there right now. Hassan Reddick is not a guy that I am looking to trade for because the guy wants a bag. He wants an average annual of $26 million. I'm not spending that money. We have a lot of cap space right now. We're going to have a little bit more freed up with Devante Adams being traded. I'm not spending money on Hassan Reddick. I'm sorry, but that's not happening. And I'm not going to have him involved as a trade piece for this trade to actually happen. He's here. Hold on, guys.
You have a lot of injured players, obviously.
And make sure, let me know that you guys can hear it too.
On Sunday, it's back to Crosby in line to potentially play.
Yeah, we'll see what Max can do today. And with injuries, it's week 5 in the National Football League. Just like everybody else, we're battling.
Give me a thumbs up so I know you guys can hear it.
Ready to go.
Coach, with Max, kind of, he's always the energy guy in practice. With him out, have you seen anyone kind of take the reins in practice in that regard?
Ooh, it's hard to match Max's energy. I would think Robert Spillane, if I had to throw somebody out there that I could just say, not just energy, I think just the body of work, body language, the temperament, the talk, probably a little bit more vocal, which is needed. Now, obviously, he's a captain. So, you never try to replace a player as far as what they do and how they act and their mannerisms. But I think Robert Spillane's done a good job for us.
Tony, yesterday, NCAA announced a punishment for Arizona State. Is that something that you have any sort of statement about or comment about?
No comment. I'm employed by the Raiders.
Coach, this is the second time you guys have a chance to stack 2 wins in a row. What are you hoping that the team learned from that loss to Carolina that you guys can change this time around?
Yeah, obviously, we can't come out flat. Got to have energy. We got to have poise. Playing on the road, so, you're going to have to deal with that with the crowd. I think it's important that we get off to a fast start. And again, you got to protect the football, penalties, things of that nature. But we've talked about that at length this week. It's things that we need to do better as we come off wins. And it's about being consistent. It's not, again, we're talking about the highs and the lows, but just being that team that showed up this past Sunday, again, this Sunday.
One of the things you talked about at training camp is the depth at linebacker. I guess that's been tested a little bit here once again this week, too, with Luke. Do you expect to see more of Tommy Eichenberg, and what has he shown you guys?
Yeah, I think the last 2 weeks, I believe Tommy's got a lot more reps there, along with Bernie as well. Both gentlemen, with Luke being out, and he'll be out for this game, Tommy will start. And I think Tommy's come along. He got off to a great start in OTAs and then, training camp, and then we had a little hiccup there with the injury. but he's bounced back really strong, and we feel really good. He's a good complement to Robert Spillane. He's really good for our defense. Smart kid. He's hard-nosed, so, we'll go out there. He'll make some rookie mistakes, but he does play 100 miles per hour.
Said, would you consider that kind of like linebacker spot more of a by committee with him, Bernie, and Gaynor, or you trying to have somebody just kind of man up and take the spot for this game?
Well, I think it's situational. I think that'll change. You kind of followed last week's game. Situational football will show up with those other two linebackers, but I don't see Spill ever coming out. Hopefully that never happens, but with different packages, different situations, you'll see different personnel groupings.
How's Dylan Parham coming along?
Good. We'll go out there, give it a shot today and see how it looks, and we'll go from there.
Zamir showed up on the injury report on Wednesday. Where does he stand right now as we head to Sunday?
Yeah, more than likely he's doubtful.
Ooh.
I don't know if teams, after Brock had that big game, if teams maybe started defending him a little bit differently or focusing him on a little bit differently. What's the key to maybe getting him back on track so that he's more involved?
Yeah, first play of the game last week, he did. Obviously didn't go our way. We dropped the ball on that one. But I think just finding different ways to get him the ball, moving around. I think you've seen that with us now at fullback, tight end, the F position. Maybe split out there, wide receiver. Just moving him around. He's a weapon, right? He's a tight end, but he's a weapon. And wherever we can to get him the ball and create the matchups we want, that's better for us.
Max Crosby he was working off to the side yesterday. Do you think he might be able to practice today, or just
he'll be limited today?
That's good. I know we had asked about Devante the other day and how you want to talk about it. Do you hope this situation is resolved quickly?
That's handled on the third floor. I'm focused on Denver Broncos. Get my team ready, prepared to play. We're excited about that. We're ready for it, right? So everything else will handle itself. I'll handle the grass. So let's go handle everything else.
I know you got, Coach Marvin Lewis obviously with you too, but do you stay in touch with Tom Coughlin throughout the season too, just to pick his brain?
Yeah, that's my alarm clock at 4:30 every morning. He still hasn't remembered that we're on West Coast time. So, no, it's Tom Coughlin's obviously heavily involved in things with me throughout the week, and we talk about it. In any situation that comes up, I can bounce things off of him. He's a resource.
Good.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
So there you guys have it. This is the presser before our game on Sunday against the Denver Broncos in Denver. Again, the Denver Broncos, have not beaten the Las Vegas Raiders in 8 straight matchups. So definitely excited for that. And we will be live this Sunday. I'm not leaving. I'm just letting you guys know. We will be live. Me and Graf. He will have locker bet going again for the first quarter of the game, but we will be live play-by-play of the game. So you just heard what he said in terms of Zamir White. As it stands right now, Zamir White is doubtful going into this matchup. I haven't heard anything about Tariq McAllister. I do have one of the reports. This is from ESPN in terms of the injury updates as it stands as of right now. So Cody Whitehair, his status for Sunday is questionable. Michael Mayer, questionable. Zamir White, you just heard Antonio Pierce, doubtful. Devante Adams is not playing. It says questionable. He's not playing. Luke Masterson, questionable. For the Denver Broncos, Tyler Badee, running back, took a really bad hit to the back Sunday versus the Jets. He is questionable. They did sign a running back earlier this week. Linebacker Alex Singleton, he's on the IR. He's done for the year. Baron Browning, IR, he's expected to be back in 2 weeks. McGlinchey, the offensive tackle, he's expected to be back in another few weeks. And Audric Estime, the running back, he's on IR, but he is slated to be back in about another week and a half or so. And that's the latest right now as it pertains to the injury report. There should be another one coming out sometime by the end of the day. That was pre-practice, so we'll probably get something. It's now 2:39. We will probably get something, and I'll make sure to post it on X. I'll post it on IG as well. Probably like around 5:30 my time, so stay tuned for that. Now, as it stands with Zamir White, Laube was active last Sunday. Laube was not involved. Are we gonna see the juice box? And I love the emojis. Y'all know where it's at. Are we going to see Dylan Laube get some reps on offense at the running back position this coming Sunday? Saying that Zamir is doubtful, I'm hoping that's the case. Again, I have not heard anything in terms of Tariq McAllister. I will try to look around and try to see if there's any. I'll try to find yesterday's injury update as well, and we will talk about that. Now, shout out to Demokes on the $2 Tom Coughlin calling AP at 3 a.m. like you up. Whoa, hey.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
And y'all know how we do here when you guys drop the super chats.
Westman, you made my day.
Ragu, just like AP just responded to it, we're not going to talk about that. He's no longer with ASU. He is the head coach of our Las Vegas Raiders. We're not talking about that. I could care less about that. There's a difference between college. There's a difference between the NFL. Don't care. Let's move on. Lauby is so overrated. Raider Nation, got to stop doing that. Here we go with the wet blanket in the building. Benjamin should put AOC in, please. Here we go. Bro, I've been spelling your name wrong forever. AP, man, Zon, what's good, bro? Again, let me try to get yesterday's at least, and we can talk about it a little bit. We'll see where we stand fully. And you heard Max Crosby right now. He's going to be limited in practice today. It doesn't necessarily mean he's playing or not playing Sunday versus the Broncos. You would think that motor he wants to play, especially against the AFC West rival. So we shall see. Let me find this real quick. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. I did one little thing today to clean up the laptop entirely, and I cannot get a lot of these things up on the screen. Like I have to relog into pretty much just about everything, and I can't get this up right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yes, I'm about dude. Wait, what are we talking about? So if you know, you know. Obviously, you don't. The negative BS does nothing. We're tuned to. Oh, I'm reading, and you guys are going in on something else. My bad. Ty Davis on the 199. Holla. Zeus probably getting shopped too, along with a few more. I doubt it. And realistically, who's going to want to take him off our hands? I don't see that. I do not see that at all. Who the hell's going to? There you go. There you go. I mean, highlight that. There you go. Definitely not. Just chill out. I don't see us moving Zeus. He's still a kid with not much, with so much talent. I read that wrong. I apologize. Just got to figure out where he fits in. Yeah. Blake, I appreciate you. Thank you. I love. Oh Lord, what is wrong with y'all? Barry, I appreciate you. I've been watching film. I don't know if people noticed. Adams has been dropping some crucial passes. Feels like he's regressing a bit. Look, I think all of us saw it with the games that we were doing these first few weeks. A couple of really crucial passes that were thrown his way that just went through his hands, and it was just like it really made you scratch your head and wonder, like, what are we doing right now? Like, what is going on? And I didn't get to talk about it after it was announced that he preferred to be traded, but like, there's a myriad of things that have gone on. If you think about this, over his first 3 seasons, it's not a full 3, obviously. This is his 3rd right now, but there's a myriad of things that have gone on that have transpired within this organization since he's been here. And it's things that you would think about, and being, if you were in his situation, like it would make you probably want the same thing. Like you would probably want out as well. So let's go back. We'll start with the quarterbacks. Derek Carr, Jarrett Stidham, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew. That is 6, count it 6 quarterbacks in the 3 years that he has been here. That's a problem. Different offensive systems, that's really not anything to really talk about because Getsy, he had the familiarity with. We've talked about this whole thing with drafting a quarterback of the future. We've talked about that for 2 years now. The McDaniel-Ziegler thing, Ziegler wanting Stroud, McDaniel saying no. AP wanting Jaden Daniels. Devante wanting Jaden Daniels. Josh Jacobs wanting Jaden Daniels. Telesco says no. Kingsbury walks on us to go work with Jaden Daniels in Washington. JJ, unfortunately, went to Green Bay. The constant reports for over almost 2 years now of Devante Adams being traded to the Jets. Devante Adams reuniting with Aaron Rodgers. The Netflix series of receivers and the audio that they got of him. Garoppolo's trying to get him killed. He needs to find his way out of here. Deshaun Jackson with his rhetoric, claiming that he spoke directly to Tay. Let's go to a couple of different press conferences over the last few months, and I wish I would have just chopped them up and put them out for you guys to see, but I probably would have gotten hit. The reports of receivers and him wanting out, he shot it down during training camp. Deshaun Jackson and his BS, he shot that down. He has said that he wants to be here. Then this week, we had the whole thing with Sports Illustrated putting out that post. And, of course, AP liking it on, I believe it was Instagram. Has done that weekly show on Up and Adams. Was in his feelings about everything. It was clear as hell when you're watching it. And within maybe 2-3 hours after Up and Adams, he prefers to be traded. Now, we're just talking about Devante Adams, right? Now we're going to do a history lesson, boys and girls. Let's go back to the Raiders' history of elite receivers that we've had. Jerry Rice, traded. Randy Moss, traded. Amari Cooper, traded. Ruggs, unfortunate circumstance. Antonio Brown, traded. Traded to us, then released. Now Devante Adams. Moving forward, we do not need to trade for elite receivers. There always seems to be some type of problem unless we're doing the right thing, and we have not done the right thing in a very, very long time. We need that quarterback of the future. Realistically, if you felt that you weren't getting one in this draft, it might have been better fit, especially because you've already had somewhat of a relationship with this quarterback. But it would have been better fit to have Aiden O'Connell as that bridge gap until they could, in fact, find their quarterback of the future, since we didn't move up in this year's draft. We didn't get Stroud 2 years ago. But we have the other formidable weapons on offense. Minshew just seems to get in his own way. But moving forward, and Mark Davis, you gave me that look when we met a couple of years back. Like, I'm pretty sure you watch whenever it is you watch. And if you're watching right now, please, we don't need to trade for another elite receiver unless we have the quarterback that is going to help drive this offense and drive a team to a Super Bowl. Get a QB and Adams will be happy. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. I have a feeling like he's not one of those people that was like, yeah, I'm okay with Minshew. But no team wanted to trade for us to move up for a QB. We don't necessarily know that because it doesn't seem like the way that things sound right now, and in terms of us wanting, I'm saying us. Raider Nation thought it was best. Antonio Pierce wanted us to move up. Devante Adams wanted us to move up. Josh Jacobs wanted us to move up. Telesco is the only one that didn't seem to want to move up. And this is the issue where, I don't even want to say it's an issue because realistically right now, we are still at 500. We are 2-2. The hell? Something just flew right in front of me. And it's still flying in front of me. Whatever. I think I got it. I hope I got it. Whatever. We're at 500 right now. And as it pertains to our conference record, we're 2-1, which is good. We're 0-1 in our division. We do have to get this win. And again, this is a team that has not beaten us since we've moved to Vegas. We are 8-0 against Denver Broncos right now. I hope I'm talking and I'm trying to keep up with you guys as well. I apologize, but why trade him somewhere he wants to go? It doesn't make sense because ultimately, Daniel, and for those that do not know, he does have a say in where he goes and where he doesn't want to go. That's why. That's exactly why. He prefers to be traded, but it's only going to be a team that he wants. But at the same time, it could be a team that you want to go to. But at the end of the day, the front office has to say, hey, we better be getting this compensation in return. We better get this, we better get that in return. That's the only way you're going to go there. That's how that works. I agree. Receivers don't lead teams to Super Bowl. They only contribute. Thank you. Shout out to Jason. Appreciate you. Minshew has supported 3 top 30 receivers this season. He isn't doing bad. And look, I'm not saying he's doing bad. But ideally, I don't think for a lot of these guys right now, this was the quarterback that they necessarily wanted as a starting quarterback for this organization right now. We got to see Brock get involved. We can't see him drop the ball the way he did that very first play of the game last week. And again, there's still formidable weapons. I don't know the situation as it pertains to Michael Mayer. And I've had a lot of people that have asked me, and I'm like, I don't know right now. If it's personal, it's personal. Just leave it alone. I don't think he's unhappy. A lot of people have talked about what a great teammate he was when he was in college. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't think it has to do with him in terms of production, in terms of catches, in terms of yards, in terms of touchdowns. So let's not try to start that mass hysteria or that false narrative as it pertains to Michael Mayer. Give it some time. If it's a personal thing, it's a personal thing. If it's a mental health thing, that's something you should never take lightly. Just let him rock right now. And when he comes back, he comes back. Harrison Bryant, he stepped up last week. He did what he needed to do. Let me see if I'm missing anything. You guys are actually flying through this chat right now, and I'm trying to catch up. Mayer's having family issues. So yeah, there you go. Salute to Brave. I didn't say anything about that, Joseph. And again, we have about 3 weeks until the deadline. You heard what what AP just said in that presser. Like, it's pretty much not his monkey, not his circus right now. He's like, those dudes on the third floor are the ones that are going to handle that. So they're focused on Denver. The presser he did the other day, he really sounded a lot like Bill Belichick, where he was just constantly repeating the same thing over and over and over again. But they are focused right now. They're locked in on Denver. Like, again, we don't need those distractions. And it just seems to be the ongoing thing. When something good happens for us, within days, it always seems to be something that tries to pull us out and pull us out from under the rug. Like, we don't need the negativity. We don't need the distractions. Let these guys play their game, and that's it. Let me see if I can. Yeah, we have this up. So might as well do a little bit of a matchup preview as it pertains to this matchup. We'll go with the game odds first. Right now, it's open at the over-under. It opened at 37.5. And right now it's at 35.5 for the over-under. For the spread, it's plus 2.5 for us, minus 2.5 for Denver. The money line has us at plus 130, minus 150 for Denver. And the matchup predictor is in favor, go figure, of Denver at 50.5% to the Raiders 49.1%. Now, your passing leaders, you have Gardner Minshew, 87 of 123 for 877 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Really not a good touchdown to turnover ratio. Bo Nix, 83 of 138, 660 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Pressure breaks pipes. Get there quickly. Open up the opportunities for our linebackers or our defensive backs. Zamir White, we just talked about. As of right now, he is listed as doubtful going into this game. 49 carries, 152 yards. Devante Williams, 40 carries, 129 yards. Receiving yards. I gotta get this going. 20 receptions, 216 yards, and Cortland Sutton, 15 receptions, 192 yards, 1 touchdown. So the defense, and this is one thing that they've been talking about throughout the media for the last 2 weeks, especially after that game in that nasty ass weather at MetLife against the Jets, that Denver's defense It's not a bad defense. It's their offensive what is killing them right now. And you just heard the stats for Bo Nix. They lost their starting running back and Tyler Badie last week with a back injury. I'm intrigued for this matchup just because of one. Again, we have not lost to Denver in the last 8 matchups. We also looked better with JPJ in the mix on the offensive line for us. Don't know the certainty as it pertains to Mad Max. Let the guys continue to do what they did last week, though. Stop the run, cause a lot of pressure, cause a lot of headaches. And again, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. This should be a land of opportunity for Spillane, for Jack, for Agent Zero, for Nasty Nate. I'm here for it. I'm 1,000% here for it, and I cannot wait to call that game for you guys this coming Sunday. Let's say, Unknown, what's good, my guy? Feels like a minute since you've been in here. Salute. Damn, so I see you there too. I'm hoping I didn't miss anything. This is what I love. We have over 300 in the chat. We're on a bunch of different platforms, and I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Do me a favor. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell, y'all. Stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, reactions. And again, right corner, you see it. That is 84. 84 away from 9,400. We just hit 9,300 when we did the last live when I went on a rant. And it's been a minute since I did something like that. So it actually felt good to just let that all out while we did that live. And yeah, if necessary.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
But, and we do have another one. Appreciate you. What I do want to do, we've been on for 30 minutes already. That was very, very quick. How do you guys feel about opening up the vault line for a little bit and hearing from you, Raider Nation? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Snowden did look good. DPH, what's good? Yes, you guys heard my little joke when we talked about it the other day. Like a blizzard came through Allegiant, and Watson ultimately got snowed in at the end of the game. So yeah, I'm happy with his performance. He definitely cleaned up some things because he had a couple of boneheaded penalties and a couple of other games that he's played earlier this year, but he was definitely on point with everything that he did for us and the way he contributed and played last Sunday versus the Cleveland Browns. So yeah. Egos are biggest dividers of championship potential. That's a fact, Nomad. I salute to you, my guy. That's a fact. Donkey's not beating us. Minshew better show up or getting benched. Where's Elite? We're opening up the line right now. Elite was actually here when we went off just before Tay announced that he preferred to be traded. She called in, and you guys, I really love the fact. I love the support that you guys give her when she gets this platform, when she's on here and she calls in and speaks her piece on things. Like, it's great. I love that energy from you guys, and I love the support that you give her. Like, I really, really do. Appreciate y'all. Yo, Rob, watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth. We had that conversation last night. Watch your mouth. Jackass. She does. I got, you know what? I got to get that. I got another voice that I got to get because realistically, she spit hot fire. Always. And that's why when we'll throw that lower third when she pulls up, and it's Elite with the heat. But let me get Do Not Disturb off. Sorry for the dead air, guys. You know I hate that. I'm looking. I said I'm looking, damn it. Yeah, we're good. We're all systems go. So let's get this going. And like I said, I definitely want to get her. I definitely want to have her on a lot more because of her knowledge of the game is like hands down. Nobody else can touch that. So let's get this going, guys. Should be up on the screen momentarily. And maybe you should get the coach on who went off on. Are you talking about JB? I got somebody I could reach out to. We could try to set something up. There's no promises on that, but I think we'll try to do something. Porterhouse going on. Walt's Grill, only emerald out of my lawn. Oh Lord, appreciate that. All right, guys, there you guys see it on the screen. Call in to the SeatGeek Vault line, and those trying to go to their next sporting event, download the SeatGeek app. Use promo code HammersHouse, $20 off your first purchase, and we got our first call. Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
David Zahn.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good. How you, dude?
I'm good.
Nice. So I want to pick apart at this Devante Adams situation a little bit. And correct me where I'm wrong with my assumptions, please.
Okay.
Because as far as I understand it, he put his, we'll call it a trade request, although it wasn't officially a trade request. I would prefer to be traded, I think is the way they spoke it.
Yes.
On Monday. The Tay Adams show was on Tuesday. Now, the only thing I don't understand, and you're a production guy, would that have been recorded the day before?
In terms of the Up and Adams?
Yeah. Because I watched that show, and then when I found out it was Monday, and I know I watched that show on Tuesday, I was like, this is a lying ass motherfucker. He was in there. You watched it. I saw it. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, this is a fake ass motherfucker, bro.
A lot of people
you're gonna go out there.
Of people are saying that, and in terms of that live, I didn't see it. From what I recall, no, I saw a piece of it, but I think it was done on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was done on Tuesday, and then hours afterwards. Hours afterwards is when it
was Monday.
It came. Wait, it was Tuesday that it came out. That the report came out from, I believe it was Ian Rappaport, if I remember correctly. And this was just as we finished our live on Tuesday that the report came out that he preferred to be traded.
I do believe that Hondo Carpenter reported that, and I've heard it from several other people, that the request came Monday.
It's all over the place.
So, I mean, if that's true, I we all know he's a troll, and I feel a certain kind of way at this point. And I'm going to go one step further, because the Raiders, if they're going to have to try to trade this kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
For nobody to find out about the trade is a good thing for the Raiders. Yes?
In a sense, yeah.
So, okay, right? Because the more people know, the more his value goes down. Correct?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling a certain kind of way knowing that he put the trade request in on Monday, play acting on Tuesday like he didn't know.
So people are in here right now saying that Devante told the team before he went on that show, and he had told the team on Monday that he preferred to be traded. So for that show to be live on Tuesday, for that show to be done on Tuesday, for him to sit there and say he doesn't know what's going on in this, that, and the third, then yeah, dude, you're a liar.
Yeah. I feel so. Well, on top of that, do not think that it was made public on accident. Right. That's what I'm getting at. That's some grimy shit.
I agree.
So, and like I put it in the comments below, and I put it in on multiple shows in the comments. At this point, I don't care if they trade him to the Alaskan snow bears. Get what you can. And I don't think he has a no trade clause. So I think he has no say. Now, I'm sure there are factors that factor in along the lines like, hey, if we send this guy to the Panthers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's going to look bad on us. But at a certain point, we have to do what's right for us.
Absolutely.
So I give not one single fuck where he ends up. I want the best deal for us. And he's proven himself to be fake. Now, I don't hate the kid. I think he's so if you look at it through the altruistic lens, I think he saw a team that performed well without his absence, right? And said, "Hey, I don't feel bad leaving now." That's the good end of the story. The bad end of the story is his best friend over there in New York had a shit game where his receivers and him weren't on the same page, and somebody got in his ear and was like, "Yo, blow it up." So those are the only two scenarios I can see at this point.
Again, we have 3
Those
weeks.
are my 2 cents.
We have 3 weeks before the deadline. He's not playing this week. They said he is at the facility. He's rehabbing this hamstring. They're pretty much, like I said earlier, I think what they're going to do is.
So is he really hurt at this point, or did they bench him? Because
I'm not gonna sit there and question that. I'm not going to sit there and question that. If they're coming out saying that, hey, he's got a hamstring injury and he's going to rehab, they're going to let him rehab. They're going to get him back to full health. That way they can trade him. And if it happens, it happens. Look, Devante Adams, and I said this the other day, I really like him. I liked him as a receiver, even when he was at Green Bay. I have plenty of players that I've admired that have played for other teams. As long as they're not playing for our rival teams, I will watch like when I can. But for this situation to happen, and you guys heard me give the history lesson just now in terms of elite receivers that we've had over the last decade or 2 decades, really.
Correct.
It is a track record that we don't need these elite receivers unless we have an elite quarterback that can get them the ball and help this offense produce. And that just seems to be what it is at this point in time.
I agree. I said that the day we signed him, but nobody wanted to hear it then. I would like to say one other thing. Oh shit, I've been drinking. What was I going to say? All right, it's gone. Hey, let's let someone else come in and talk. Hey, brother, love you.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to one of the mod fathers, David Zahn. It's like, I've been drinking. Yo, ass hat, and you know who you are. Call back. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, this is another one of our favorite segments when we open up the vault line. Ladies and gentlemen, L.A. Rob.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Yeah. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Just here at work, going through the Devante shit. I got a bunch of coworkers that are KC fans laughing. So I'm over here. I don't know if I'm smoking copium or what's going on, but I had a little conspiracy theory I want to run by you.
Hold up before you start that. Hold on.
Yep.
All right, there you go.
All right, I love the sound effects. Okay, so granted, with everything going on, we're like, okay, ready to move on. Tay goes where he's going to go. We get some compensation, all that good stuff, right?
Right.
So I had a few shots last night. Yesterday was my birthday, so I was a little tipsy last night. So my thing is, with everything going on with the media, every other week it's, oh, Devante wants out. Oh, the Raiders are going to trade Devante. Oh, here we go. Same old Raiders. What if Tay actually really did hurt his hamstring and told coach, look, while I'm hurt, you know how the media is going to be. Let's play this up and fuck with the media.
You know what's funny? Actually, I have thought about that. And I'm glad I'm not the only crazy one to think that shit. But now, if that's the case, like we have to get through these next few weeks to see exactly what the hell happens. But that would be incredibly interesting if that was the case. Like, realistically, it would be pretty much something like this if we get to the trade deadline and doesn't happen. Like, AP and Tay would look at them and be like, "Gotcha, bitch." So,
yeah. The reason why I thought about it is, okay, they're talking about him going to the Jets, right? If you really think about it, Aaron Rodgers maybe got a year, and they're already struggling over there now. How much difference is Tay going to make over there?
And in New York,
yeah,
there's a lot of things that seem to be going on in New York. Salah's not the coach. He's a defensive-minded coach. He's not the answer. Their offensive coordinator, Hackett, which is Aaron's guy. Not really it. And look, we all know when Rodgers came to the Jets, it was pretty much like he seemed to be the GM. He's the one that wanted this, that, and the third. And still with this whole thing with wanting Devante Adams. And like I said before, there's reports out there now that Garrett Wilson is very unhappy with this situation with the talks of Devante potentially being traded to New York. And this is why I've suggested, if this in fact seems to be the route that both of these teams are going to go. Give us a second and give us either Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall. Preferably now, hearing this, give us Garrett Wilson so you guys don't have to deal with another headache then. If Rodgers wants Tay so badly, should be no issue with you guys giving us Garrett Wilson at this point in time.
Yeah, and I get that. And this goes back to my whole thing. Also, too, like, this is why I'm kind of like, I have my eyebrow up thinking about all this, because Tay just had his son. One of the main reasons he came over here, not just to play with DC, yes, he was a Raider fan, but also, too, his grandma, right? He goes to New York, it's the same shit, right? So why uproot your family for possibly 1 year? And then also, too, some people are saying, oh, New Orleans with DC. DC's one non-playoff season away from getting kicked out. If Allen gets fired, they're going to get rid of DC because they can get out of his contract after this year.
Yeah.
So then Tay will be right in the same fucking position. And he's going to the East Coast there, too. It's like, the way I'm looking at it now, it's really making me wonder. It's like, okay, he's a diva. He's a quiet diva, but he's a diva. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't, for him, it makes more sense. And I think if we win this weekend considerably, we win against Pittsburgh, he might really consider, you know what? Maybe because he wants to win. He said it last year. He's like, he doesn't need the ball all the time. He's like to contribute, but he wants to make sure that he wins.
Right.
Winning cures all. And honestly, he could have forced his way out already. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I really do feel that he knows Aaron Rodgers better than anybody else does. I mean, he left Green Bay because he wasn't sure if Aaron was going to stay there.
Right.
So he's like, you know what? Maybe it's not the best decision that I leave. So I mean, he's living a good life. He's got great sponsorship. He has no state tax. He just had his son. He has a great place to live. You know, like, I don't think, because he even after he put the Edgar Allan Poe post. Did you see the second one he posted?
No. Graf talked about the Edgar Allan Poe one. What was the second one?
Believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Edgar Allan Poe.
Quote the Raven, nevermore. That's very, very interesting, though.
Yeah. Again, believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see from Edgar Allan Poe. So basically, you never know what he's talking. Maybe he's talking about the Ravens, but at the same time, he's a troll too. So, but I don't know. Something just seems off. Like, why would he want to go to the Ravens where we know Lamar Jackson isn't known for throwing?
He's not known for throwing. And again, I talked about this before I saw you in the chat in terms of their receivers and really their tight ends, because those have been his safety valves for Lamar Jackson, most specifically Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews is having a very, very, very down year. So, like, I actually have him on my fantasy team now, and I only have one tight end. I'm actually ready to drop him and pick up somebody else.
It feels like it's a Derrick Henry show over there right now.
Yeah.
So my thing is I really think that something's going on. Maybe he thought about going to see, but then he saw that game against the Broncos with Rodgers, and then maybe he's second guessed himself. Maybe he's like, shit.
We got to take we have 3 weeks before the deadline to ultimately see if this happens or not. If it does, it does. Like, business move at the end of the day, as long as we get something back. And like I said, if it's with the Jets, give us a second, give us Garrett Wilson, or give us a second, give us Breece Hall. That'll definitely boost up our run game, most definitely.
And I'm good either way. I just feel like it would be funny as fuck as a big FU to all the media. I would be dying.
I'll laugh my ass off if that shit actually happen. Definitely appreciate the call, brother, and we'll be talking soon.
All right, brother.
Later, bro. Salute to our resident meathead, L.A. Rob.
Yeah!
And I appreciate the new subscribers as well, including Calvin, because the name actually popped up in the chat. Appreciate you. And guys, 9320, 80 away from 9400. That puts us 680 away from 10K. We're not messing around this year, y'all. Those that are in here, if you haven't already, smash them thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell. We are on various platforms right now. X has been a huge viewership recently, and I appreciate everybody over there. We're on IG as well. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitch. All that other fun stuff, guys. Come on over to YouTube. You see it on the top right corner as well. Just search Hammer's House on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's the best way to be part of the conversation and have your voice heard in the chat. And if you guys really want to support me and support the channel, membership is pinned to the top. Best way to support, best way to keep the lights on here at Raider Nation News Today. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that are in here today. We've been on for 51 minutes. The vault line is still open. We could take one more call before we wrap it up. Let me just take this off of the screen. There we go. All right. Mile High, what's up? What's up with the receivers that we trade for getting on? This is getting annoying. They go crazy or they get suspended. We need. Yeah, I talked about I gave the history lesson before in terms of the elite receivers that we've had over the last 2 decades, and it sucks. It sucks because none of them ever fucking stay long enough to help this team or see this team through to a deep playoff run, a championship game, or even a Super Bowl. It sucks. It really does suck. We don't need DA Walt. There you go. Like I said, at this point, it is what it is. Please read this. Tay posted the Ravens pick. He's doing that on purpose to drive up the cost, scaring the Jets to up the offer and get him here quicker. Could this all be orchestrated? Tinfoil hat. Another one with the conspiracy theory. You never know. You never know. Salute to the 391 we have in here right now. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all. We got another caller. Raider Nation News Today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Terry Ogden, Louisiana.
What's up, bro? How are you?
Good, man. Another day, another dollar.
I hear you. Sound off, bro. Floor is yours.
I'm just going to make it quick for you, quick and simple. The way I feel about the Devante situation, we can win without him. He's a diva. This man has reportedly been wanting out for months and months and months. And he wanted AP, threw a fit for AP. He got him. He threw a fit for Getsy, his guy. He got him. He got the bag from us. And we've handed this guy everything he's wanted, and now he wants to show out and leave. The way I feel about it, kick rocks, bud. Hopefully we can get some good capital and maybe a player, so on and so forth, and move on and hopefully get us a good quarterback next year. And LFG Raiders.
Appreciate you, Terry. Definitely talk soon, bro.
All righty. Be careful, man.
Thanks, man. Take care. Clear cut, straight to the point. He said take and kick rocks. Look, if there's a bidding war going on, cool. That'll benefit us at the end of the day, depending on what these offers are and what we are saying that we want. So, again, business at the end of the day. It happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like at this point, we don't need the distractions. We sit here again at 2-2. We're going into Denver against a team that has lost to us 8 consecutive games. A division game that matters. Let the outside noise do what the outside noise does. And let's just play our game. But most importantly, let's just win, baby. That's it. Salute to Mark. Salute to, I want to say Aura. I could be wrong. I could be reading that wrong. What would I want for Tay? What would I want for Tay?
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
First off, if it's with your rival New York Jets, a 2nd-round pick and either Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall. These other teams that are involved, I would really have to look through things, look at contracts, see what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what holes could we fill as a result of this trade. But right off the bat, it's got to be a second round pick and whatever else. If you're not willing to give us a second, I'm hanging up on you right away. Sorry, not sorry. I'll put this back on the screen for you guys, and I appreciate everybody that's in here. We have over 380 in here right now. I'll put this on the screen one more time. If they take a first, it would be even better. But I feel like that they're not going to get a first. That's why I'm going with a second. And you guys see it again on the screen. SeatGeek Vault line 347-471-0361. And again, download the SeatGeek app. Trying to go to your next sporting event, your next concert, use promo code Hammershouse, $20 off your very first purchase. Appreciate y'all in here right now, man. 2 big Bruce Springs and a large Dr. Pepper. Yo, you're too much, bro. I heard about Ayuk. That's been one that has been talked about throughout this week as well. Ayuk is looking for a bag. And that's the whole thing with Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick wants like an average annual of $26 million a year. That's why he hasn't stepped on the field with the Jets. The Jets will not pay him that, and he's lost out on $9 million the first 4 games of the season. So I don't necessarily want to go after. I don't want to make these trades with a team that has a disgruntled player or a player that's looking to get a bag when we have the available cap space right now that we will be using for this coming off season. And again, there'll be some money that's taken off the books for us as well in the event that Devante Adams is traded. But I repeat, I am not going to make a trade for a guy that's looking for a bag right now. So for me, Hassan Reddick, absolutely not. Brandon Ayuk, nah, I'm good. He's not a number 1 either. I've said that, and you have people that will agree. You have other people that get butthurt, but that's normally people that are 49er fans. He's not a number 1. So, no, I'm good. Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is another guy that's looking for a bag. I don't know about that. Put it this way. You know what? Who has the highest average annual right now? I need somebody in the chat to try to look that up for me. Who has the highest average annual right now? Jamar, I think, is going to want like excess of 30 plus mil. So I think Jamar Chase is kind of a no as well. Not bringing in more fiscal problem. There you go. Better to take picks than a trade. It is Justin Jefferson. Okay. I would much rather be able to get draft compensation and at a premium as opposed to really trying to trade for a player. But if we can get a player, and the players that I gave you that I'm good with, and it sucks it's the Jets, but it is what it is. Those 2 guys and Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall are both on rookie contracts. So you'll have control of them for the next few years. That's where I'm like, okay, 2 and 1A or 1B. I'll be perfectly fine with. Somebody had asked me the other day, would you take like one of the Ravens running backs? And I was like, what Ravens running backs are there? You have Henry. He's not going anywhere. I can't remember the other kid's name right now. It's like it was there, but it's not there. But no. Debo would be nice for the receivers and around. We got Jacoby that can do that. You got Brock that can do that. You got Tariq McAllister that can do that. You have Trey Tucker that can do that. You have DJ Turner that can do that. We don't need another one of those guys. Justice Hill. Yes, thank you. It's Justice Hill. Justice Hill is a guy that I was thinking about. Even then, like, I don't know. Please, talking about trades for Devante is sad. We aren't gonna win. I don't even know how to respond to that right now. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. GM. I'm sorry. Would you include Mayer in a trade package?
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
Just because you said pause. I don't want to. I don't think that he is frustrated, bothered, upset, unhappy, whatever. There were reports out there a couple of weeks ago about a trade for one of our tight ends, which was like, maybe. and that was Harrison Bryant potentially being traded to the New England Patriots. In terms of that trade happening, I think realistically a draft pick would probably be along the lines of like somewhere between a 4th and a 5th round, maybe. So I don't know if we would even remotely do that or potentially put Harrison Bryant in there as a package, but I don't think Mayer's going to be a guy that you would see in any of these trade packages right now. I really don't. What about alignment and some special and so I don't know where special came from. What about alignment and some draft capital? Who are you looking at, Anthony? Who are you looking at this point in time? And are we talking offensive lineman or are we talking defensive lineman? That's something to take into consideration. Like I said, I think with JPJ being inserted and starting for this offensive line, he did go back and forth a little bit between left guard and right guard. I think that was a piece that was missing. I still think that they need to kind of go with the power run scheme, the power blocking scheme a little bit more. And again, I was trying to get the latest, at least yesterday's injury report, and I can't seem to get it up for the life of me right now on X. I'm going to see. Yeah, see, it kicked me out completely. That's why. Let me try something for you guys real quick, and if this works, I'm gonna bring out. We're gonna discuss this injury report right now to get a better idea. Yeah, now it's to cooperate with me. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Or did none of these guys put it up yesterday? Here we go. All right. Now I'm only talking about our guys. I could really care less about Denver at this point in time. And you heard Coach Pierce before. Max is going to be limited today. The rest of these are from yesterday, so just pay attention. Divine Diablo oblique, he's still out. He did not participate. I'm assuming he's out again. Thayer Mumford, he didn't participate the last 2 days. We know he's been out for 2 weeks now. DeCamerion Richardson, hamstring, didn't participate. Michael Mayer, he's still out with the personal. Kanai Mauga, he is out. Tay didn't participate. Realistically, we know he's not playing. Parham, here's the scary part. Achilles, he didn't participate. Tariq McAllister, shoulder injury he's dealing with, he didn't participate. Colton Miller, he was limited yesterday. He's probably going to be limited again today. Jack Rabbit, full participant. Trey Taylor is back. Limited fashion, but he is back on the practice field. Zamir White, we just heard from Coach AP before. He is doubtful going into this game. Groin injury. He didn't participate yesterday, but he is listed as doubtful going into this game. Isaiah Palomau, he was a full participant yesterday. He'll be good to go on Sunday. Luke Masterson, he didn't participate dealing with the knee injury. He was limited on Wednesday. And guard Cody Whitehair, he was limited yesterday with the chest. So that is the most updated one. And again, it is now 3:28 on the East Coast. They will probably come out with the final injury report in about 2 hours. So stay tuned for that. Once I get it, I'll make sure to share it on X. I will make sure to share it on Instagram as well. Definitely stay tuned for that. Falcons second and Algier. How much is Algier owed? That's interesting. How much is Algier owed? I like Harrison Bryant. Mayer's too young. We could trade Bryant and bring up Justin. Yep. That could happen. AP likes to develop. Only trade I'd want is Adams for Ayuk. But then you have to pay Ayuk. I don't know why that came out the way it did. Ayuk. There you go. You would have to pay Ayuk. Every team goes to receivers, dude. We're not the only team that does that. No, but if you were here during the live and heard the history lesson of the elites that we've had that have come and gone, it ain't a good look for us. Draft a receiver. Don't worry about one coming through the DA trade. We need picks and/or O-line help. I like that. There's a receiver that I have my eye on right now, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it because you guys, I think some of y'all will already know where I'm going with that. So I'm going to leave that one alone today. We're not worried about Diva Adams. There you go. We're all talking about receivers, and nobody's talking about someone to distribute a ball. That's putting the cart before a horse. Oh, like I said, Zon, the wild one that I heard today that people are spreading all over social media is Tay going to Pittsburgh for Russell Wilson. Like, I highly, highly doubt that's going to happen. That's a huge reach. Is Elite in here? Elite? You free? Everybody was waiting to hear from you. Elite? Adams for Keon Coleman. No, wow. Wow. If you watch the Pat McAfee show, they said Raiders can redo the contract of Devante, so they extend Devante for 2 or 3 years and that make the trade more tempting, but both parties need to approve. Yeah. Elite, if you want to call in, floor is yours, because everybody is asking to hear from you. And if not, I'm gonna wrap it up because we've already been on for over an hour. We talked about a lot, and I appreciate everybody that's in here. We're at 93.25 right now, 75 away from 9,400. Again, if you guys haven't already, come on over to YouTube. Top right corner, you see it, Hammer's House. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell, y'all. I'm just looking at the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for those viewing whatever platform you're on. I'm sorry for the dead air. I really apologize for that. And Elite said she's calling in, so we're waiting. We're waiting. I said we waiting, damn it. I need to get something to eat, man. I am starving right now. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed. Forget it. You guys will see it on Sunday. You guys will see it on Sunday. I think everybody's anticipating for Elite to call in, so we're waiting for that. And if she doesn't, I'm giving her 30 seconds. If we don't get anything in 30 seconds, we're gonna wrap it up. Sorry. Adams has to play well, or his legacy is impacted. Oh, we bench him. We got another one. Timothy, appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the fun part of the show. The show that you guys were asking about the entire hour that we have been on. Ladies and gentlemen, Elite with the heat. What's good?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, Hammer? What's going on, Raider Nation?
Floor's yours, girl.
So I tapped into Twitter. I don't know why I'm not getting notifications for your show. Maybe I have to unsub and resub so I can get my notifications if I'm not getting them. But second, so I go on Twitter. I see this Edgar Allan Poe tweet by old boy. And shout out to Big Mike, because Big Mike actually said that was one of the spots he thought. And just real quick, Hammer, if nobody didn't see it, I made my debut with Big Mike on Wednesday, my first live show. Rocked with Big Mike, so thank him for sure. It was a blast, and I needed to pop that cherry so I can get to it. But look, it's just real simple when it comes to Tay and getting him out of here. You got to milk whomever for whatever you can get at this point, because if he's putting out these little cryptic tweets, hopefully that can put pressure on the other teams to be willing to up the ante to get him, whether it be the Jets or whomever else, or trying to make their way forward to get him. I'm hoping that they can do a deal with Dallas, because Dallas, to me, is the only team who I know will be willing to give us a first in return for this guy.
Hold on. Before you go any further with that, Stephen Jones, son of Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys owner, already put out, it's not happening with Tay. They put that out a couple hours. They put that out a couple hours ago. It's not happening.
Did they? I was hoping that they was in the running, because I know when Jerry wants something, he wants it, and he'll pay whatever the cost to get it.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that they were open to it, but if they're not, so hopefully Tay keep making these cryptic tweets so he can just run up the cost. I'm just, I'm over it. I told you on the other day, Hammer and everybody, I'm over Tay. I'm not worried about his productions that's going to be gone or any of that stuff. It's just something that got to be done. You either with us or you're against us. Plain and simple. You either ride or you collide. And right now he's colliding. So get this deal done as quickly as you can so this team can focus on. This team is still 2-2. This team can still make their mark on the season. I don't give a damn because the fact is it comes down to player execution at the end of the day. A coach's job, every last one of those coaches, position coaches to the head coach, their job is to get their players in a position to win the game. The coach is not necessarily going to win the game unless it's on a miraculous call and, a blown coverage. Then you can give credit to a coach. But the coach's job is to get their players in a position to win a football game. And thus far, outside of the Panthers game, they've done that. It's been like that since AP got here. Every game they've been in, and that's all you can ask. On top of that, it is the player's job to go out there and fucking execute because it takes 11 to get it done. Minshew, all of them, everybody should feel a certain type of way by having this man do it in such a public display and how he's done things, because we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Them players go to work every day. They see his face. They feel his energy. You know what I'm saying? So they understand. So I think they all should be feeling some type of way. Be like, okay, that's how you roll in. Well, let's raise your level of play. You got to show, you got to have, it comes a point where you have to give that FU energy. And that means even if you have had to find it from a source or somebody who was a former teammate of yours,
right,
who don't believe in you. You know what I'm saying, Hannah?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I feel you 100%.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying right here. So just going to get it done, man. Just real childish ways, but that's to be expected from a wide receiver, I suppose, because they all seem to get down like this. There's not too many Tim Browns running around here. It ain't too many Jerry Rices running around here who carry themselves in a particular manner, even when they disgruntled.
But that's
even
the thing,
when
and
they
that's
disgruntled.
and again, I know you probably just came into the chat a little while ago. I gave the brief
Yes.
history lesson as it pertained to these number one receivers that we've had, and these number one receivers have been traded by us. So Jerry Rice,
right,
Randy Moss,
right,
Amari Cooper,
right,
who else?
right,
Ruggs was just a very bad situation. Antonio Brown, and now Tay. Like
right.
we need to stop with number one receivers. That's it.
No, I'll take a team full of Jacoby Myers. I really would. I'll take a team full of Jacoby Myers who go down there and handle their business. Don't have too much to say, which is worse to produce on the field. I really would. As much as I love to have a Justin Jefferson type doing the gritty and all that stuff and keeping us hype and all those things is beautiful. It brings a lot of eyeballs to the screen, man. I can care less.
Agreed.
And I think some of them players are feeling that same way.
Elite, as always, appreciate the call, and we're gonna try to set something up. Now that you're doing lives with Mike, we got to set something up most definitely. We might even,
I'm ready to
we
go,
might
big
even
bro.
have to have you pull on up when we have our Hammer and Joe show as well, because he's been another one that's like, yo, we gotta get her on. So we'll definitely set something up.
All right. I'll be ready whenever you guys are, okay?
Sounds good.
And thank you again, as always.
Of course. Talk to you soon.
All right. Peace, nation.
Later. So, as we were talking about it just now, I'm going to show you guys this is courtesy of Bleacher Report. This was put out, let me see when this was done. This was put out actually about 40 minutes ago. So here we go. I don't know why the rundown's up here now. I'm sorry, guys. It's a lot of stuff here, a lot of fun stuff. This is why you guys come and hang out for the production. But yeah, let me show you guys this on the screen real quickly as it pertains to Dallas being involved or no longer being involved. So this is courtesy of Jordan Schultz. Executive Vice President Stephen Jones, when asked about having interest in Devante Adams, no, I don't think there's anything to that. We just signed our number one guy, and that's CeeDee Lamb, who just got a bag not too long ago. And Adams is a number one receiver. When you have the challenge cap-wise that we have, that would be a long putt for us. Now, take into consideration that they just extended Dak. They extended CeeDee Lamb, who that really should have been the receiver we should have had all along, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. They still have to take into consideration their elite defensive pass rusher, that is Micah Parsons. So I don't see Tay being on the board for Dallas at this point in time. Let's get this back up. There we go. Appreciate y'all. Dallas is probably looking for a running back. We'll take Zamir. Sorry, not sorry. Take Zamir off our hands. Yeah, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. And we're going to wrap it up. We will be back Sunday live play-by-play, AFC West showdown as we head to Denver to face the Denver Broncos, who we are 8-0 against since arriving in Las Vegas. On your way out, if you haven't already, do me a favor. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. In the house at Hammer built by the nation, for the nation. Should I take this call before we leave? They hung up already. By the nation, for the nation, Raider Nation news today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. And of course, as always, on my New York, peace, love, and positivity. But also, don't forget.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
Catch you guys next time. We are outro.
Yeah.